on that side of the trees, you had room, it looks like to me, to put the fence between the tree house and the trees and make your same line here that you have on this side. And you'd still be able to have your 6-foot high privacy fence. It looks like there's room in between.
So I guess, you know, when I went and measured after the meeting and put some orthometry, because the tree furthest or closest to the neighbors leans a little bit towards the street. After looking at having it marked off for utilities, I can't put it exactly at the 15-foot request. I can only have to go 2 feet off of that utility mark. So it would actually be at request for it could be 12.5 to 13 foot, and that would put me on the tree line. Otherwise, I'd be coming back another 5 foot behind there. I guess at that point, it's just a
5 foot behind the tree?
Oh, no, I mean,
I'm talking between the trees. Your tree house sits here, and that one big tree sits here on this side where you want to put it.
yeah,
You're talking about sitting on the north side of those trees.
correct.
I'm asking why can't you move it to the south, just on the south side of those trees, because you still have room between your tree house and those 2 big trees to put the fence.
Room, yes, but that wouldn't address the concerns of having any more visibility to the corner. If that's what the concern was, that wouldn't change.
Well, it's moving you back, yeah, it is, it's moving you back another 2.5 feet or 3 feet.
Yeah,
To the
saying-
south.
Which,
You're saying putting the fence between the trees and his house is what you're saying, right?
No, the trees in the tree house.
yeah,
If you drove by there where you had.
Yeah, I drove by it.
Well, you see them 2 big trees, he's on the north side of
But
those 2 big trees.
yeah, I
If he
think
goes
the
on
question
south
was, he's questioning the north side of the fence is what the, doesn't really have anything to do with the tree house as much. I mean,
No, I know it's not the tree house, it's getting it too close to the street. That's his side yard and everybody else's front yards.
right.
So when they're going to back out, in or out, they're seeing this.
Well, no, that's what I'm talking about. So that's what I have up here on the map. I drove by it today too, and he's got it staked out just like, you know, right about here.
But it'll fit between,
Yeah, you're saying it would fit back here on this side of that. So technically, the fence would go along, but it would be on
that
the whole
side.
side of the trees. The trees would be on the outside of the fence.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's what I
The
thought.
trees be on the outside of the fence. That's not a possibility?
I mean, if that were done, it's not even an issue. It's done, right? I mean, no one's gonna, even though they don't want a 6-foot.
Well, then you're
Vinyl
back,
fence.
he's beyond the 15-foot setback then, isn't he? He'd be back far enough, wouldn't he? If he was on the other side of those trees?
Yes, where he marked his fence, that would be the property line.
Property line, the setback needs to be,
Setback would be 15 feet from that.
Oh,
So-
he needs to go 15 feet from that?
Yes.
Oh.
Well, how far is his house
So-
from?
Right,
my house
That's-
is exactly 28
Yeah.
feet in, so
yeah,
That's
so
the
it would
problem.
be in further than what the house is.
yeah.
his fence should start 5 feet from his house. His house
Okay.
is a 20-foot setback for structures in his house, so then the fence would be 5 feet from there. And
Okay,
Ah,
gotcha.
okay.
Hmm.
I guess as I made my way around town and just from pulling out, you know, just within, for the most part, 5 blocks of my house that I went, there were 11 other houses, either with some as close as 2 feet to the line, and some fences that looked fairly new, that were within 4 or 5 feet of the existing sidewalk, which would be about what I'm requesting. So as far as, you know, being unique away from some of the other ones that I'm seeing that have the same type of drive coming out of there or similar, it really wouldn't be any different from what I observed in the neighborhoods.
But are they side yard to side yard, or are they side yard to front yards?
Yeah.
See, you got kind of a unique situation where your
That's the
side
problem.
yard is everybody else's front yard, so when you move it way out there, kind of.
No, I mean, some of them that I observed, some that I listed in the email that I sent off do have the backyard to the front yard, just like that side yard, depending on which ones and which streets.
And I believe none of those are 6-foot privacy fence.
Some of them are.
The list you sent me when I went and looked at them, they're not.
So there were 3 on that privacy fence. There
Safety
was-
25.
Okay, so I should,
setback,
so the
and
ones in
something going up
Northwest,
here,
they were
that's not gonna be a
privacy.
problem.
The ones up in your neighborhood, and especially like the
That's why
Radcliffe
it's
Court
the
ones,
3
those are
comments.
4-foot
Chain
chain
link.
Right
link.
here.
Except for the ones on
What's
Birch,
the other
2 of the ones on Birch, I know for sure 2 of the ones on Birch were privacy.
Patty's
So I
Trail.
went and took pictures
What's
of
really
them.
hurt, you know,
Went out
especially the
and
new
walked
front.
by them, twice a block. Some of the ones on Birch specifically, and
Okay.
then the corner of Bergen, I believe it's.
Like Highland Court, Bergen Highland?
Yep.
Okay.
There, those ones there are, which is only a few blocks from
So of that list that he gave me, there was only one that applied for a permit. So I've talked to Sean, and when they're getting their go for one calls for locates on fences, he's gonna shoot them up to me so that we can make sure that I'm just gonna have to be calling them or stopping in and visiting with them to make sure everybody is getting permits. So that'll be one way we can avoid
Where
that.
is there a privacy fence on Bergen Highland that would be in violation?
I think it's
don't think
on
it's-
the
look, just
corner
even looking at
lot on Highland, and it just comes out, it's not a
It's,
whole.
the
enclosed
fence goes right along from the edges of the house.
It's on the edge. So it's not affecting traffic that way.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was just looking at too, and wondering the same thing.
Yeah, I don't see, that's way set back. That's gotta be 20 feet from,
That's flush with the front of the houses.
correct, with the side of the garage there, so that's not.
So which one's Bergen Highlands?
If you wanna come look, that'd be great. This is facing north on Bird Boulevard towards the elevator. Your house is back over here. I could show you on the map, but see where that's the only one I could think of that's got the privacy fence, because I drive by there a lot too, so. See, that's set back, and I can go back so you can
That's
see
not a
where you're
corner
at.
house, is it? No, so that wouldn't be one of them because I only went to the corner houses.
that's right.
So I do know that, I know this guy's got a privacy fence right here, that Michael, but that's still not, it's not encompassing the yard. I see that it touches the sidewalk almost, which I have no idea if that was permanent or not. So technically, you could probably make the argument that you'd have to cut part of this off. But that's only a, you know, things behind your house, I don't think anybody cares about, it's just with the street.
What you pick when you pick those lots, yeah.
I know there's a privacy fence over here, but it's back,
Back there, because it was
in this house, yeah.
Well, that's what he wants variance for, to put it like that.
There's this here, and here.
That's what I know about that. But it had to be right.
You know, I try to drive around, I mean, everyone, I do see that ones that are close to the road are
But he has to keep
chained.
it further back.
And-
It's a utility. So again, but
right to
that's
the
what he's
end
asked for. What happens if you bring it in here? That's the problem.
Towards
That's why I
Sixth
said
Street,
that was-
like towards the north, or towards?
north.
Yeah, well, there's that white one that's right on the side of Sixth Street.
Yeah, there's that.
That one, I totally agree, and I think that's a problem, because I think it blocks traffic signals. I drive that every single day.
That's right.
Then there
That
was.
was why it was high.
There's this one, I can't remember which street this one was on, but that's, I went up and I walked it off, and that was not very far off that curb, so as far as that was. I'm trying to remember which one. The first one.
There's no reason because it's
There
unusual.
was cut over by Bonner as well.
Is this one of the ones you're talking
That's
about?
one of them, yes.
Yeah, see, that one, that totally is the same. I mean, like, if you're sitting right here and back a little bit, and that one, I don't know how that one ever got put up. I don't understand. I never did understand
That
that.
was, and as you go through Bonner, you see one, and as you come across behind Bonner, there were some issues. So I said, because I went around and I took a look, because I sent that list within an hour of the meeting,
if they would
after
table it,
looking at them.
you know, with one option in that.
You know what, just the hard part for me here is,
Work with them on some
in regard, I mean, I really,
compromise options.
I don't know why every move
gets
is
us
ever put in
closer
place
to
by
abiding
any
by
means.
our
So I think that's what we're kind of waiting on the attorney, but I realize that I follow rules whether I like them or not, just because I have to. It feels like a lot of yours can be alleviated either by the chain link, which all your neighbors would be fine with,
Which I guess,
or maybe even getting it close. What did they offer you, 12 feet, which would have put it right on the outside of those trees?
so 12 feet, yeah,
Or-
it'd be, well, which.
Because they said you turned that
something-
down, right?
Just another 3 feet in from
Well,
where he's
no,
got
so
staked out.
3 feet will put it right at the road, so when I went back and measured, because I was just going based off what I measured and staked out,
Yeah.
I actually have to put it at that point anyways, just because there's a utility that runs there. At the 15 foot, if I were to put it right there, at the initially requested, I can't put it there anyways.
So you can't put it where you've got the stakes anyways.
No, I have to go 2.5, at least 2 feet away from those stakes in towards my yard, which would put me right up against those trees. That's because of the utilities. that
But
are
if
in my
you
yard.
were to go and take the mayor's suggestion and put it on the other side of the trees, if you were
I
to.
just wouldn't be able to have, wouldn't have the
Guys, I
trees
think
in my
we
yard.
need
That's
to-
what we're trying to
But
do.
they'd still be, you'd still the shade.
We gotta have this.
I'm not taking minutes
recording
here.
stuff.
I guess, when was there's
Let's
a ton
open
of
this
within
more
that
up.
range, that would be-
Yeah, okay, I get it. Appreciate you playing small.
I got the feeling that, since there's a lot of confusion there, that we table it for 2 weeks and we will, investigate what we're looking at, walk over there. Either you know, get a hold of you and we can walk it. So we know what, I'm not so sure that we're all on the same page here, so,
Got a motion?
yeah.
Second.
I'll second that.
Questions or discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, that carries, so we'll have to set the time to walk it.
Well, we'll figure out.
Not a
that.
special meeting day.
Get together with you and
Bill?
we'll come over.
What we'll do, is, obviously we like the applicant's reasonings of how he's protecting family and dogs. So maybe over these 2 weeks, we'll try to work with you again, or additionally to compromises that get us closer to kind of the city rules on it, but see if we can work with you for maybe a couple variations that was pointed out by the council, us, and see if we can come pretty close to trying to get something to work, so.
How close is your the white fence that you have in your yard already?
That one's just a few feet off, so I'd be like 5 feet or 6 feet inside that white fence.
That one's within the right of way.
I was told that fence, by one of my neighbors told me it's almost as old as I am.
All right, we'll revisit that. On the general business item, next item, C. Number 1 will be a resolution approving the 2018 proposed tax levy collectible in 2019. Number 2 will be to set truth and taxation public hearing. We need to certify the preliminary levy of the county on or before September 30th, 2018. The levy that the council adopts can only be decreased. In the final levy, no increases. As a result of the workshop, the council directs staff to prepare the proposed certified levy on the proposed preliminary 2019 budget of $8,258,220. This amounts to a proposed levy of $3,298,321, an increase of $240,256 from the 2018 certified levy of $3,058,65. The levy is made up of the operating levy of $3,028,105, the swimming pool referendum levy of $139,518, and the fire hall referendum levy of $130,698. The Truth and Taxation meeting needs to be scheduled to present the proposed levy and the budget to the public and to receive their input. By state statute, the meetings need to be set between November 25th and December 28th. Staff is recommending that the Truth and Taxation be set for Tuesday, December 4th at 7 p.m. with a continuation meeting, if necessary, at the regular council meeting on December 11th. So, council action requested will be to adopt, number 1, the first one, to adopt Resolution 2018, a resolution approving 2018 proposed tax levy collectible in 2019. We have a motion,
So moved.
Second.
and we have a second. Questions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That carries. Second motion, set truth and taxation public meeting for Tuesday, December 4th at 7 p.m.
Make a motion for that date.
Second it.
And a second.
I've got some discussion on that.
Okay, discussion.
I'll be at Camp Ripley that entire week for training for work. So if you guys are comfortable doing it without me and you don't need me for it, no problem. But otherwise, I'm not going to be available that week. Of course, and I
Do you
forgot,
mind if we do it without you?
I couldn't, I would appreciate it.
I'm okay with doing it
If
without
it
you.
gets moved to the 11th, if there's a continuation, I should be there for that.
We can probably always Skype you in if we have to or something.
No, I trust you. I have full trust in your decision making.
I'm fine with that. How about the rest of you?
Yeah.
Force works?
Yes.
All right, so we have a motion and a second. With the heads up that Craig is gonna be gone. I think he's been gone early, so. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. All right. Next item under general business. Proposal for offer to purchase right-of-way land from Mr. Daniel Ware. We reviewed the attached proposal submitted by the city attorney for council consideration to present a fair market value offer to purchase a 66 by 66 square foot parcel of land from just under 1 acre of land owned by Mr. Daniel Ware at 519 Fifth Avenue Southeast, Stewartville. Also attached for your review is a copy of the petition from Mr. Ware he presented to us, representing area neighbors that have signed on to it against the proposed right-of-way on the 4th Avenue Southeast connection. The proposed purchase would be for the public right-of-way purposes in order to connect underground city utilities, water, sanitary sewer, storm sewer infrastructure, along with making a street and possible sidewalk connection of and along 4th Avenue Southeast. The city reasons that this will be an overall community and public benefit for the above infrastructure improvements needs as outlined. Better facilitate all seasonal street, curb and gutter, leaf and snow maintenance, help with infrastructure upgrading, help ease some traffic congestion by the school with non-school traffic. More reasonable feasibility for the infrastructure improvements for the south end of stub of 4th Avenue Southeast on the other side of the Ware property. And this will assist with public safety response time. The city staff feels that this opportunity will have an overall public benefit for the greater good of the community in and for the orderly planning of Stewartville's growth and development, and would therefore recommend your approval to continue this process. So the council action requested is to approve or deny the proposal of an offer to Mr. Daniel Ware for the purchase of land to be used for the public right of way. Do we have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Questions or discussion? Hearing none.
This-
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
this is just to offer, the vote to make offer to sit down and say, at this point, right?
Right, we would-
Staff will take the offer to them and give them the opportunity to read through it.
Yep, I already read.
Read through it and respond, and we will bring that response back to you, and then you'll still have further opportunity to make any other considerations you want to or don't want to.
Yeah.
Any other questions or discussion? Hearing none, we have a motion, so all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That also carries. That ends our general business for this evening. And we'll take us on to the mayor's staff and consultant reports. Mayor's report tonight. The city of Stewartville would like to send their sympathies to the families of Charles Clark, Darby Peens, Robert Elbers, Russell Gosh, Cheryl Dornick, Bob Sexton, Kim Rensvold, and John Brennan. The Morning Lions Fall Festival is coming up on Saturday, September 22nd. Let's not forget about that. Hope for some good weather. Trash and Treasure Day will also be Saturday, September 22nd. So one more cleanup before winter time. And tonight we had the fire department memorial dedication, which was a very good turnout. I felt the community supported it very well. There was a good show of support. It was a very lovely memorial. If you haven't looked at it yet, take the opportunity sometime to stop in and take a look. Everyone has the opportunity to buy a paver. If you haven't already bought one, you can buy a paver down there in memory of, well, they told me it doesn't have to necessarily be a firefighter. It could be a family member or anybody else. And that will be used towards maintenance, future maintenance of their memorial. I mean, it's gonna always need upkeep, and they just did a really nice job getting it done. And it's a great opportunity to remember all the past, present, and future firefighters that do service our community and surrounding area, and they do a wonderful job of it. And perfect time, September 11th, I mean, it was a perfect time to dedicate it to firefighters. And I guess one more person I'd like to dedicate September 11th to is the luckiest gal in Stewartville, Minnesota. My wife. She's been married to me now for, it's our anniversary tonight. And I believe
Good thing we had a meeting, so you dressed up.
she would be happier that she got me, I think. And then it was just, I believe, a week ago. Was it a week ago or a little less? That was Bill and Stacy Schimmel's anniversary. So congratulations to them also.
Stacy's flipping the coin.
And that's all I got for my report tonight. So on to the Bill Schimmel, the other happily married anniversary recipient.
All righty.
My wife told me to say that, so Bill, I
Send Bill's wife a sympathy.
Okay. Bill sent it. So administrators report.
Okay, reports in your packet, just got 3 items. one item, if I put my emergency director's hat on, the airport is gonna be holding a pretty good-sized emergency response drill on Friday. So if you hear about commotion or some kind of activity happening out there, it's a drill, and it'll mainly be conducted by all the Rochester folks, and
I
probably.
think they're still
Homestead
looking for
County.
volunteers to be actors for that.
Yeah.
To what, drop all the planes or
So
what?
go ahead, Bill.
So-
Well, I think we got-
You got the
There'll be some different positions for people, but they're trying to get as many as we can.
So if you hear sirens, see things happening out there, since it's so close to Stewartville, you'll know, give you a heads up. Then the other two items are just compliment items that I received, one on behalf of our Public Works Department, and that was from the big cross-country meet we had this past week out at Bear Cave. The director of it, Bill Glomsky, made special thanks of our Public Works for all the help they gave in getting it all prepped up and helping the planning crew, or school crew, getting that ready to go, so they should be recognized. And then we had citizen comments on Edge contracting, and I wanted to pass that on to you. That citizens came up to me and said their workers have been very good with little individual questions or things they've been asking about or little help. One example was on Sunrise. They had a bunch of mud up there the other day, and before the contractor left, they scraped a bunch off and put some extra rock in so some of those people could get at least traversable into their driveways. So I said I would pass that on to you too. So and that should do her.
All right, any questions for the administrator? Thank you, Bill. That'll take us, you doing the finance director too, Bill?
Yep, no report other than the budget. It was just if you had any questions on that. Obviously, we got some good news with how our growth and development is happening. So the guidelines you set up will be in a very minimal tax increase, and we'll still be able to take care of all our services. So, and as you saw it on a $180,000 home, which is the average median value here in Stewartville, it would only mean $5. So. Thanks for working with all of us on putting that together. So,
All right, thank you. Public Works, Sean?
I just wanted to, most of you know, I think, but Friday will be Jeff Normey's last day with our Public Works Department. He has accepted a job in Lanesboro, doing the same position, which is his hometown where he's from, and his wife is a teacher in Lanesboro. So we will miss him. He's got a great personality and very good with the public. He will be missed down there. So if you see him before Friday, wish him well.
That's some cost savings for us right there too, because we'll just leave that open. Right?
Sure. Do what we can, what we
So you
can.
corner me on my way to my car.
Any questions for Public Works Director Sean?
Will that job be posted then, Sean, or?
We have posted it internally. With personnel that we
Be
posted
posted
internally.
internally first.
We feel we have someone qualified, it has to be posted in 2 weeks, which will be next Monday, would be the 2 weeks that it was posted, and if we fill it internally, if not, we have to advertise for 3 weeks after that, and
Okay.
go ahead.
I didn't get time to look tonight, Sean. Did you guys cut those out, or are you using these holes you were working on the other side of the stop place today?
They mill them all,
They did mill them?
they mill them, yeah.
Thanks for getting them touched up.
There's a few more to go yet, so.
Tell the guys thanks. All right, any other questions for Sean? All right, that takes us to city engineers report. Jenna, do you have anything besides the updates here, the project updates?
Your reports are in your packet, but if you have any questions, let me know.
I guess my only question is, are they gonna yet this week pour on Fifth there? I mean, sidewalks and the driveways and stuff?
On 5th,
Yeah,
yep, they are forming them today and tomorrow, and they'll be pouring in the morning.
and they're gonna do, try at the same time, do up there on the part of 12th? Yeah.
They'll probably do 5th first, then move to 12th.
Good, thank you. Thanks.
North of Third Street,
Good week.
or south.
Or south of 3rd
South.
Street, yeah.
Good. I'd like to, that'll make them feel a little better on Fifth. I think they think we forgot all about it this summer.
No, we
Been
did.
very patient with us. All right, any other questions for the city engineer? Thanks, Jenna. Library director, not tonight. Fire chief's still down at the fire hall. They're having
Tied
quite
up
a-
down there.
Yeah,
Yep, he
they're
said he'd
down
be
there.
down there.
Committee commission and boards report, Chamber of Commerce, we got their e-news in the packet. EDA, HRA, nothing right now. Finance, nothing since we met about the budget. Library, park board,
Park board's meeting next week.
personnel, yeah.
Might,
Actually posted for a job, yeah.
and then we'll kind of work with you too, Sean and I will, depending on how everything pans out with
Yep.
these openings.
P and Z, public and zoning, or excuse me, planning and zoning.
Met last week and over the fence, and I don't think there's nothing more coming up in there.
Okay.
Yeah, we will have October meeting.
October meeting, all right. Public safety.
He's making a presentation to, I believe it's a Boy Scout group, but he said
Okay.
if there were any questions, to let us know and we'll pass them on to him.
Public works, roll cog,
No report.
Stu 180.
No report.
Transit advisory committee. I've been waiting for that one. You gotta be getting one eventually, don't you? Communications, we got Representative Waltz is having a roundtable discussion here, while some of his staff is. If you'd like to get in on that, Wednesday, September 19th. Roundtable conversation with staff members of Representative Waltz. All right. That's all that business, and this will take us to the open mic. The city council welcomes and encourages participation from community members. Please keep in mind that your comments must be pertinent to city business and must adhere to the data privacy rules. That means no employee's name may be used. Please do not expect action from the council this evening regarding your concerns. We also request that your comments be limited to 4 minutes. Speakers will be recognized only once. At this time, we ask that anyone who would like to address the city council to please step up to the podium and please state your name and address for the record. No one wants to use the mic, that'll take us to the final motion of the evening. Motion
I'll
to
move to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn. Do we have a second? We have a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned.